Hello and welcome. Today I'm just going to go over the magazine design assignment and show you some good and bad examples. You'll see by my screen here that I'm still working on the design brief here. But let's go take a look at some good examples. Let's go to, these ones are saved as PDF. You're not going to be able to save them as PDF. Well, you could, but they wouldn't show up on your website to show me. So you're going to have to export yours as JPEGs, but I'll go into that when we get into the lessons. Just going to show you some examples. Let's go to view full screen here, shall we? Full screen, Command L, got to remember that. Okay, so here's one. Now, when you are designing your own magazine, you're going to just pick things that you have access to, okay? Like this person here, they had a very musical family, and so they just incorporated that and decided, okay, I'm going to do like a music magazine or guitar magazine and work that type of thing into my magazine. So here, so just take pictures of what you have access to. I am asking you to take your own photography for this magazine, okay? Again, the magazine can be anything that you want it to be. It could be an existing magazine, one that you make up, but at the same time, the design has to be your own, including the masthead and everything. So let's just, so this is an example of a cover. And you can see here that they've got a big head here, and these are call-outs, top 10 songs, guitars, drums, and vocals, learn how to start a band. Then there's other stuff that has to appear on it. Like this is a UPC code, which you can just copy and paste off of YouTube because a designer is never going to have to create a UPC code. But what you will do is also like a issue name or something like, or like volume number and April, that type of thing. All right, so let's just go through, take a look at their inside spread. So they had access to their little brother, and so they had a nice big headline right here, got their brother doing the drums here. You don't need to write the articles, you just need to do the same lorem ipsum that I'll if I haven't showed you, I will show you. Yeah, I have showed you lorem ipsum before, and I'll show it to you again. As well as you make sure that you have to have some sort of ad that I'm going to ask it takes up about a quarter of one page. This one is smaller than a quarter of one page, but that's fine. I just want it to be smaller, okay? I just don't want you to do a full page ad. And I do want your magazine to cover up 2 spreads, and then also maybe have like a call out here or something. And this, I'm not sure what this is supposed to be here on the right. Let's take some look at some other ideas. Some people do a gamer's magazine, and I know that he did this matrix style background in the back, and he took this picture of his Game Boy controller. Oh yeah, and I don't always have inside spreads for them. If they were good covers, but then I wasn't too happy with the inside spread, I'm not going to bother showing them to you. This is probably one of the neatest original ideas. This girl took a picture of herself, and then but she painted her face up just to do like an artsy style magazine. Very cool, very slick, very crisp. Like even the colors kind of go with the color of the eyes and everything. It's just very good. That carries on into the inside here. The cover blows me away, but you can see how everything is going to be consistent though. Big head on the top left. The idea of that is to drive your attention from left to right. Just to pull your attention to the left first, and then somehow navigate your eye from left to right. Okay. Then we've got your ad here. Now this is taking it 1/3 of the page. That's fine there as well. Asking you maybe to have like a big picture on your magazine, and then some maybe smaller inset photos on the page as well. You can see that she's got some subheads as well, or sorry, callouts here as well. There we go. This person had access to their horses, and then they've got more horses there. Another, let's see, this is a photography magazine. Kind of nice, like, you know, again, they put a little bit of effort into doing the headline here. And then their inside spread. Inside spread's a little loose. I don't mind this type of look here. I just find it's just a little bit hard to read, but this one might be one of the best ones I've ever received. This is, let's see, they've got the horse, and you can see here they've got the picture here tearing through the paper. They actually took a picture of some paper that was being torn, and then they photoshopped a horse coming through the paper. So probably one of the best ones that I've ever received. UPC code here, you know, they got the $1.60 per issue. I'm glad that they put that sort of thing in. Kind of neat with these jagged lines here. It kind of matches like this whole torn, jagged edges of the torn paper here. It all sort of works. So yeah, and as well on the inside, very nice. Like, look at this. This is like the combination of having the subject in the photo, and then but also bleeding off the edge into the magazine. Again, maybe one of the nicest pieces that I've ever received. Got your ad here that certainly works within the magazine. Like it works. Like of course in a horse magazine, it makes sense that you're going to have an ad that has like a horse blanket or something else like that. Then, oh yeah, and they actually did 2 spreads. And look at all this close cropping that they did. Like, just impressive all the way around. Practice to win with these tips. Well, they won. Here's another nice picture in this magazine here. It's Picturesque magazine. It's all about photography. So, another good idea. And a very nice magazine layout here, like very conservative looking, but at the same time very tasteful, with the leaves kind of swooping up through it. You know, your eye kind of goes from the left here, and then your eye kind of follows the leaves up into here from left to right. Pretty good. Criticism, probably this ad kind of almost looks like a mistake here, how this ad is kind of in the middle with only having like one word going down this column. You would never do that. You would align the ad up on a column and just kind of shove it down in a corner. It almost looks like they grabbed it by mistake and moved it by mistake. And then it's okay to have the subtitles here, or sorry, callouts here. You know, that's very common in order to see. You've got like 3 or 4 words beside it in order to, so that's enough to read. But you would never have like one word down a column. That's just not done. Like the little accents with the eye up here. That's all very good. This person, what's up, America? Cut and paste protesting. Okay, that's kind of a neat take. Like they worked with what they had, right? This one obviously taken in the school. Kind of looks like a smoky jazz bar type of thing. Like this inside spread here. Got the it's very flowing. No, it is very flowing. You've got the person in the magazine who's looking from left to right. So your eye automatically goes to their eye, and they are looking from left to right. So that is automatically moving your attention from left to right. So very good. In fact, your eye kind of goes down the saxophone, back up to the treble clef, and then down. So that's good. The ad is probably the weakest thing on the page here. You can do a home magazine. Why not? Take a picture of your living room, work that in, and then they just talked about their kitchen. This one, they did a full page ad. This is an older magazine ad or assignment where I didn't specify what the size is, and so they did a whole page one. And this being so big, this is one of the reasons why I said just make it a small ad, because I want to see your article. They did a Computer Tech World magazine, and then the inside spread here. It's okay. Okay, some neat photography. Alt Music doing a records magazine. Here we go. I thought I hit. There we go. Kind of a really neat layout where they took a picture of their headphones and they cropped it in Photoshop and put it down on, like, I don't know, like a wood background. That's totally okay. One little disappointing part is that they didn't take any of the photos, or I think they said they took photos of their actual albums that they had, although some of these don't really look like it. What I do like about it is that the headphones, what a big cropping job. They have the headphones, and the cord kind of goes around like this. They compose the headphone shot like that. And your eye just kind of gets guided down through the points in the article here. It's a really neat idea. Normally an article would have more type than this, but actually I wish that this headline over here was just bigger and kind of overlapping or working in and out with the headphones somehow. Keep going, keep going. Is that it? Oh, maybe that's it. Okay, so those were lots of good ones. Let's take a look at some bad ones, and you're going to notice some real differences here. Let's go to, okay, and I only got two, and you're going to notice. All right. Number one, okay, so this one here, InDesign, he did the whole thing in Photoshop, and then he lost his Photoshop file. And so maybe that the whole thing might have looked okay, but InDesign always, you import a file into InDesign, you still need to keep that file that you import, your Photoshop file. And this person lost it. So this was their like little preview that they did, and so they completely lost it. Now also pay attention to what is here. We've got a skateboard down on the bottom here, and then we've got, oh look at that, a skateboard on the asphalt. And so they've just got like a couple of pictures here that they went outside the cafeteria and they shot the skateboard outside in the parking lot and just came back in and threw in a title and thought that they were done. Okay, so I'm asking for maybe a little bit more effort. As well, this was the back in the day where I required 2 inside spreads, and how did I know that these pictures were taken outside the cafeteria? Oh, because this picture was taken in the cafeteria. So, yeah, so just, I'm asking for a little bit of effort here, although the cover wasn't entirely bad if they would have had it. This is probably one of the worst ones that I'll ever have. Yeah, Medway Football Magazine. Now, what's interesting here is that they have, they just never really got their act together. And so they did submit their magazine, but just did not go out and take any photos, okay? The other thing is that when you go inside the magazine and you take a look at it, well, they've got the red and white uniforms, but I'm not sure if these are, if they took this photography of these, of what looks like the Calgary Stampeders helmets here. So I would ask you to use your own photography if that's okay. As well, this person just really slapped it together. So you get out of the assignment what you put into it. Okay, so I hope this helps.